projects they want to do and help them kind of wrap it up towards the very end. And we rely a lot on our scouts to pretty much help out ARF. The more scouts we can get, the more we can fulfill our mission. A gentleman in particular did an amazing job. He contacted us in October, about late October, with a project idea. And because of his project, we had some pretty outstanding results. But I will let him give you the details. So without further ado, Eagle Scout Mitchell Marvin.
Thank you very much. So I don't have the right patch. I haven't had my official ceremony, but I am now an Eagle Scout. So as you can see, my project was to raise pet food, where people ask me how I thought of the idea, and I've always really liked animals. One of those kids that love to go to the zoo and look at the animals. It's one of those things. And so I decided for my project, because there's a lot of projects where you go take down some barbed wire fence, or you go down and build a bench, things that you know that you've done it, but at the same time I wanted something that I would be helping other people, things that people would be benefiting from. And so I was thinking, and then I thought of a pet food collection drive, because you hear about scouting for food where we collect regular food, but I'd never really heard of anything to collect pet food. And so I decided that that would be what I'd be focusing my project on. And so I started outlining ideas, and once I talked to some people at my Boy Scout planning area, and they said, that's a good idea. So that's when I contacted ARF, and they said, yes, we'd really love to have you help us out. And so that started the process. There was a lot of planning. It took a lot of motivation. It's one of those things where once you start, things really just start to take care of themselves in a way, but it's hard to take that first step. So once I did take that first step, things really started to happen. I started to work on getting permission slips together. I worked on talking to ARF. I worked on talking to Boy Scouts, and got everything planned out. And so before long, I had the date set for the end of Thanksgiving break, what student time is Thanksgiving break. And before I knew it, the day was there. I got dressed in my scout uniform and met with some other scouts from my troop, and showed up in front of a couple stores like Petco or Pet Food Express. And so my initial goal for food was 300 pounds or something like that collected each day. So I worked out the math, and that's like 10 pounds an hour, which I figured, we'd get people walk by the cans, drop something in, a small bag of pet food, like a couple pounds. So 10 pounds an hour may be a bit ambitious, but that's what I was hoping for. Well, after the first day, I had collected 700 pounds. So I definitely met my goal, exceeded it by a lot. The next day, we collected another 1,300 pounds, so by the end of the day, we had 2,000 pounds of pet food. So my learning lesson in that was that people are really willing to help you out. There were lots of people that would see that what I was doing, and because we'd hand out flyers on the way in, we'd hand it to them and say, we'd really appreciate it if you could help us out. And on the way out, they would just drop off a 20-pound bag of food or something like that. Or maybe they'd say, I don't have time, but here's a $30 check. Go ahead and spend it on pet food. And so there were a lot of really nice people that were willing to donate a lot of pet food, which was a huge help. But something else I learned was that there were a lot of these things that were already going on. Like I know Pet Food Express, they were really impressed. So they said, we've had a little bag there, you can see there's a small can of pet food at the bottom. We've been having our own pet food collection for the past couple months, and that's the result of it. But you came here and really helped us out. So really, it's just the publicity of these things. Having some people actively go out and say, please help us out, we would love to have you help us. They need this help, makes a huge difference. It makes 2,000 pounds in 1 weekend difference. So it's just knowing that pet food shelters always need the help, and every little bit makes a difference. There were lots of people that only donated, 5 pounds or something like that, and they still ended up making a huge difference in my collection drive. So if there's anything that I really learned, it's that there's lots of good people out there, and that pet food shelters like this are always ready and needing this sort of help. So thank you very much for having me.
special. I learned a lot from you too. And I think that you not only gave us the gift of the food, but I think I can speak for Kim Tarman too, who's the coordinator of the program, that we were inspired by what you did, so thank you. Right, Kim?
Absolutely.
Okay, now on the note of speaking on Food Share is all volunteer run. Kim Tarman leads a group of volunteers, and with the gifts from the public, from Scouts, from Safeway, we were able to give a lot of help to pets and people in our community.